Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome from Australia. My name is Chrissy, and if you are new to my channel, I do prediction readings pretty much daily. And if you've tapped on here to find out what's going on around the globe, and you're wanting some info, and you're waking up to all the nonsense that we're being fed, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to give you some messages today, and hopefully that'll help you to navigate this absolute crazy chaotic world that we're all living in. So stay watching and we'll just get started. Now they're showing me people at each end of a rope. So, when you were at school, when you were small, people played a lot of skipping games. Now, this is kind of what I'm getting now, is these leaders and people in charge of us, or so they think they are, the parliamentary leaders, they're playing this game where the rope's going up and down. So it's kind of this kind of energy where it's looping and it's hitting the ground, then it's going up, and it's hitting the ground, and it's going up. And they're doing this from both ends. So it's a very, very, I would say, not structured. It's very unpredictable is probably the word that I'm looking for. Now, they're making people skip this kind of rope. Now, this is people out there. This is all of us, the little people watching the channel. We're not little people, but they treat us like little people. They're making us skip all these ridiculous ropes. It's like at school, if you touched a rope, you were out. So it's like then the next person went in. If they touched the rope, they were out. So this is what I'm getting. These government leaders and these people in charge are making this stuff impossible to not get out. So it's like it's so hard with this rope going like this, that up and down and up and down. You can't possibly skip it without touching it. So this is what I'm getting. They're making, I'm getting the word insurmountable to achieve that task, but I'm getting that they're making it harder and harder. Like in the beginning, I guess we could go back to like 2 years ago when all this pandemic and things started. It was just like a big skipping rope, and it was like over, and you could just skip it. You're showing the person in the middle, they're showing me, and you could just go one jump. Well, now this is why they're giving me that analogy of them going like this at each end of the rope, because people can't jump it anymore. People aren't able to jump the things that they're being put in front of them. I guess we could come back to the hurdles again, but they're showing me that skipping rope, that this is now getting impossible for anybody to be able to jump over these things that are being thrown at them, and we know they are. Gosh, look at the cost of living. That's just one example. So I'm definitely getting that they're trying to move this rope like even harder and harder and harder. And it's making it impossible for people now. And we could pretty much, that's definitely globally. They're just, they're just wanting to, well, I guess you could say they're wanting to trip people up now. They really want to trip people up because they want people to fall over. They want people to fall over. Isn't this horrible? What sort of people are we dealing with in these government and parliamentary positions? But they want people to fall over because they want to, like I said, government wants to put the big hand out and rescue everyone with their great rescue packages, their great home loan offers, and more jabs. I don't even doubt that. So again, it's this rescue mission. They want people to fall over, and they're going to lend a big hand. And we know where that hand's all leading, back to Klaus Schwab and his crew back at the Davos meetings in Switzerland. And if you are new to my channel, we talk about some pretty abstract things on here, so you have to have a pretty open mind, because I get given a lot of analogies by the guides, just because some people really relate visually to a lot of things that are kind of currently going on. But there's definitely that. We started off skipping just a single loop, and then suddenly it's become like it got faster and faster and faster, I guess you could say. And now it's become like this fast and chaotic, and this is what people are having to deal with now. This is all the things that are coming at them. But government wants them to fall over. Government wants people to fall over, hit rock bottom, be under financial crisis, be under health crisis. And I can tell you now, actually, and I'm sure it's happening where you guys are, I know it is. We talked about the UK this week and their marches about the cost of living and everything. I think they're about the only ones really standing up. Oh, apart from Sri Lanka, they're really standing up. It's great. Their uprising's huge. But here in Australia, on the news this morning because I have to turn it on. You know, I do have to have a laugh. It's just another little movie that we watch, and for entertainment purposes only. They're having massive protests in Australia. I told you about the teachers' strikes next week that are planned, so the kids have got another day off school. But it's everyone now. The nurses' strikes, ambulance strikes. We have everybody striking, and now government is going to hit the unions, and they're going to fine the unions. So if anyone who's striking to do with, like, let's say the nurses' union, government's now going to send big heavy fines to the union, so that's, I reckon, going to cause another uproar. It just goes on and on and on, because they can't squash the people, so they're going to have to try and squash the unions that they're involved in. It's getting just so obvious and so political, isn't it? Like, to all of us it's very obvious. So all these people are standing up, and we're not standing up anymore. We don't have to. They're not our fights and our battles. You know, I talk about us. We've created on this channel, if you are new, a place called Terrabella, where we actually go and we try and live our best life around all of this. We get in touch with nature. We get back to our passions, and we also protect ourselves when we need to. We make sure that we stay removed from a lot of this people waking up and people standing up, because it's really the waking up process, and it's people waking up. So now we've got these enormous protests. They could have protested 2 years ago when a lot of us stood up, couldn't they? Anyway, that's their journey, so we have to allow them to wake up. But, you know, all the while we're thinking, well, you did allow mandates and nobody stood up for the unjabbed, and no one's helped the vaccine-injured people, and no one's helped all the millions of people who lost their jobs and livelihoods, who couldn't support and feed their children and had no income. None of that happened back then. So now they're having to fight their battles, and they're not our battles to fight, because they stood by and allowed a lot of this to happen. But now it's affecting them, so of course they're standing up, and that's why they're waking up, because they're waking up for different reasons. And that's becoming really obvious to all of us, that they may never wake up from the whole CV experience, but they're waking up when it comes to the hip pocket and the finances, and they're all going under, and more businesses are going under. This is just never ending. I think it's even like they're having still huge troubles with the flights and the, you know, the aviation industry and all that, still having trouble. So that's what's happening sort of here in Australia, and this is what's going on, because it's a great awakening. Everyone's having to wake up. They have to wake up at their own pace, and this is continuing. I can tell you it's continuing here in Australia. These protest marches, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, they're huge. They're actually huge, and they're not backing down. Oh, there's trains, there's bus strikes, there's everything. Australia is just, it's all happening here in Australia. Not for us, because we're over here watching it all, you know, in the movie theatre, sitting in our comfy, cozy chairs, and that's what I'm definitely getting today, you know. Oh, that skipping rope, where people are having... See, we're not even in the skipping rope game anymore. If you're watching my channel, we're not in the skipping rope game. We chose not to jump the ropes in the very beginning, even when they were creating this, like, competition. Oh, you jump this rope, and then you'll get to the next level, and you jump this rope when we're going faster, and you'll get to the next level. And that's just an analogy, but we never started. We never even played the rope game, because we just could see, well, that's just not going to be for us. So we turned and went and did something else, but we didn't get involved in the skipping rope game. So that's kind of the imagery that I'm getting today, is that now these people are unable to keep jumping this rope, because it's all just, it's too hard. It's just got too hard. Life has got too hard for these people waking up. I'll just see where else we go with this today. I just keep getting it. Look, I know there's a lot of you out there that watch my channel that have been vaccine injured. Now, this is a huge group of people that is growing by the day. And I always talk about how people were too scared to speak up because they didn't want to be vilified. You know it and I know it out there. We've all known people who have had very bad side effects from these, whether mild or whether major. and they've been too scared to speak up. And no one will acknowledge the association of to what has happened to them. We know doctors and nurses have been silent, but I keep seeing that these groups are coming together. They really are. They're getting stronger and stronger and stronger en masse. They just are. These people, can you imagine if something major has happened to you or your child or someone that you love, and you've got no support, zero support? What are you going to do? You're going to look for support with other people who are going through the same experience. It's just how life works. You will group together. You know, it's like, they're just showing me, for example, Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, you're this group that's kind of silent, but you still meet together and you talk and you discuss your issues in a safe place. Where you're not going to be judged. And so that's what's bringing these groups together. They're coming together and they're discussing their experiences, and that's what will give them that strength to sort of rise up and stand up as well. So I definitely feel like we're going to be hearing from a lot more vaccine injured. We know there's been a few payouts and things that have actually started to happen, which is brilliant. These people need acknowledging, you know. Again, we all know they've hidden the old Pfizer data, seems to have disappeared again. That's why it's so important when these things come out that we keep spreading them. But I'm definitely getting that. There's these mass movements around truth. I still get these truth movements. I'll just see where else we go today. God, I'm seeing all of us. God. If you're watching my channel, I'm seeing all of us in this audience. We always talk about we're watching this ridiculous movie going past us in front on the screen, and we're in this movie theater. But they're showing me that we're all standing up and we're clapping like this, and really clapping it's like we're wanting an encore. We're wanting an encore. So I feel like this is going to be big breakthroughs for all you guys watching my channel who, you know, have been fighting this battle for so long. I feel like we're calling for an encore. It's like when you go see your favourite band and they sing they sing their last song at the concert and it's all devastating, and you don't want to go home, you want one more song, so everybody stands up and they just keep clapping and clapping and clapping because they want more. That's what they're showing me that we're doing. We're clapping because finally things are happening, and I'm feeling like that's the image that I'm getting, that by us standing up, clapping, we're wanting more. We want another song. And that's just the analogy they're giving me, because, it's that feeling of we're feeling really elated and we're feeling really good. And look, that's not in a way that we're going, see, we all told you so, why didn't you go? That's not the energy that they're giving me. It's encouragement. We're actually encouraging these people to stand up and to sort of protest and to have their voices. And this is what we want. And that's why I'm getting that imagery of we're really wishing for an encore. We want more and more and more. There's not enough for us. We still want an encore, even though we know and we're visibly seeing that people are really waking up now. It's becoming really obvious. We still want more. So I'm getting this huge clapping and come on, more. And we're very excited. And it's really exciting. Look, any breakthrough for us is huge. Because we just want people to see the truth, and not just for our sake. This is for them. They need to see where their life is headed, and how this is doing damage to them, to not only their lives but probably their bodies as well. So I'm definitely getting all of us calling for an encore and really big clapping. Oh gosh, it's been a long show, hasn't it? I'll just see if there's any final messages today. We're getting a lot of songs lately, and I did talk about songs kind of create a vibration in a lot of us. Music really takes us back to a lot of memories. We're tired. We're trying to keep our vibration up because this thing has been bloody exhausting. And everyone out there who watches my channel, this has been exhausting. We've had to really nourish our bodies, start exercising, stimulate our minds. It's just to keep ourselves kind of afloat in this chaos. But I'm getting the music by Sherbet. They're an old Aussie band, and it's called Slipstream. So it's like things are getting in the slipstream. And there's words in that song that are like, come together, take my hand. So you find, it says something about you'll find the streets to Wonderland. I think it's something like that. Anyway, it's a pretty upbeat song. Look it up, Slipstream by Sherbet. It's just a cool, fun song. I don't know if there's any message in it. We always have to play these songs to sometimes get the messages. We all receive them differently too. But, maybe now we are kind of leading a lot of people out of this. And I'm getting like that darkness has been very deep for a lot of people. There's a lot of people over here that are in, well, we knew they were in a coma for a while, but they're suffering a lot of darkness. Because now this is what happens when fear is fed to you constantly. I said the other day, your body starts to shut down, and it's that hypervigilant state. You get tired of being in a hypervigilant state and being on that vibration of anxiety and fear and dread and worry. And, we're not there anymore. I know anyone watching my channel, if you've tapped on here, you've obviously found a way out of all this stupidity but some of these people are still in that darkness, so we're still trying to take people into that light and show them the wonderful land that we're living in and all the beautiful things that are around them and how to live in that now moment and how to be healthier, stronger and feel more whole. And I'm definitely getting that today, that we're still that beacon of light. I always talk about that beacon of light that just keeps shining. You just keep... It's like that song the other day. We keep giving people hope. You got to have high hopes. We've had to this whole couple of years, haven't we? That, there's still hope on the horizon over here. Come on, everybody, over here. That's what we're still wishing for. I talk about in Canada that you guys always pray and have this real spiritual, there's a lot of spiritual things sort of emitting in Canada. And that's kind of the vibration. Everyone's like praying for change and praying things will get better and praying you'll get freedom back. And this is what it is. It's about that energy vibration. Because even thoughts, we know manifesting works. So even thoughts can cause things to change. I remember, I've been on my channel for a while now, and a lot of you guys have been with me on this journey. And it's, for well over a year, we've all been like just putting our focus in a healthy way on getting people to wake up, getting people to stand up, And look, it's happening. They're standing up. They're finally finding their power inside of them, because it's that butterfly emerging from the cocoon. They've been cocooned away for a couple of years, if we think about it like that. And now they're emerging. They're finding their strength to speak up. They're starting to see clearer what's going on, because like I keep saying, the veils have lifted. The information's out there. People have to rise up to the challenge, and they have to do it for themselves. I'll see if there is a closing message today. The guys are saying to me, these government leaders and parliamentarians aren't strong people. They might be dictators and all that, but that's just a false front. Like, the guides are saying that's just, that's the costume they're wearing. We all wear costumes. Inside, they could be a scared little person. So that, they're showing me Trudeau, and that he's like this scared little boy who's trying to run the country and have, we know he likes the image of, look at me, I'm in charge of the world. Not quite. And that's the imagery that I'm getting. He's like this scared little boy who's zipped up this like costume of a man, and he's pretending to be a man, but inside he's making decisions and he's like a boy. He's very immature. And this is what I'm getting. These leaders You know, they might have power and control at the moment, but it doesn't mean things are going to stay that way, because it's when people see through that false persona that they're putting out. Again, it's like the wizard in the Wizard of Oz. He was this little man just on this like computer thing, and you draw back the curtain, and there he was. He sounded like this big Wizard of Oz character, and same imagery. That's what I'm getting today. I know if you're watching my channel, we don't see them that way. We've never seen them that way. We've seen them as tyrants, dictators, just selfish, narcissists is another word that comes to mind. But, that's the image we have to hold in our head. We have to really hang on to that, like, Wizard of Oz image, that they're really just a small person behind a curtain. And, I said it the other day that even behind the Wizard of Oz on his little computer or whatever he was tapping away on, it goes even deeper than that. It's far deeper and far complex than any of us know, who's really controlling the strings, like we talk about the puppeteers and the puppets. This runs very, very deep. I mean, we know it does. We've got a bit of a basic handle on a lot of it, the corporate world and how all this sort of pecking order, but it goes even deeper than that, the guides are saying. So these people are really, I guess you could say they're cowards. They're cowards because why have they got to lie? Like, why can't they just be upfront? The thing that I don't understand, and my husband and I always talk about, is why don't they just be upfront? If they want to build smart cities and like these rail systems and all that, why can't they just be upfront and tell people? People would probably accept it more. But it's like they're so scared people would stand up and squash it that they won't even let them know, and everything has to be done by stealth. And I think that's what rubs everybody up the wrong way. And see, these people standing up now that are protesting, they didn't put much thought into all this because they didn't think, they were being, well, at the time, we know a lot of them were being quite selfish because they didn't want to get the virus and they didn't want to get sick, and there's so many things, it just goes on and on. But they didn't look down the track. The vision wasn't, oh my God, if I get rid of all those, for example, nurses, teachers, whatever, I'm going to have to work my ass off and we're going to be short-staffed. I'm going to be working longer hours. I'm still going to be underpaid because I didn't realise the economy was going to change. Like, we all knew the economy was going to change. Even back then, we knew there was going to be financial hurdles for us all to overcome. And, this is the vision, because they couldn't see it. But now the veils have lifted and now they can see it and they know what's coming, and this is why they can't skip that rope anymore. It's too hard for them to jump over, and that's government's done that obviously on purpose, as we know. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that today. It's just a little bit of food for thought. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I try and do daily videos if I can. Hit those like buttons, it helps me heaps. Please comment. Love hearing from you guys. You know that I do, and I love our little chats. We do have so many laughs on here sometimes, so if you've come on my channel looking for a laugh, you've come to the right place, because the guys can be pretty funny sometimes. So please take care, have a wonderful day, and I'll say goodbye from Australia. Bye everyone. Bye.